Okay, so this is hopefully where the videos get entertaining or informative. I'm going to basically show the layout of the game, basically where you place your cards to start the game. First of all, your deck would go right about here. And I'm gonna draw a starting hand, actually 7 cards. Okay. And your hero card goes next to your deck, like that. So, it looks like this. Next is the graveyard. If a card is destroyed, or like you use a card, like you use an ability, after you're done it goes in your graveyard. So, let's say, like this ally card is destroyed. It would go right here, just behind the graveyard. Right here. Can't really see, it's halfway out of frame, but yeah, okay. So next is your resource row, and that's every card that uses resources down in this row. Those are your resources. I need more cards. Next is your allies. When you play an ally, they will basically just go above your hero. It's like the complete exact opposite side of your resource row. So, allies go there. So in this case, I have 3 allies. Let me just scan my deck real quick for other types of cards. Okay. Now, equipment cards and pet cards. I think some people will just put pets up here. I like to put pets next to my hero with equipment cards. So this is an equipment card. It's a cape, Bloodbane's Fall. And if I played this card, it would go next to the hero. Show that it goes there. And the same with helmets, and let's see if I can find a weapon. No, there's one in here. Yeah, okay. And weapons. Sometimes cards will get removed from the game completely, so they can't be like resummoned out of the graveyard or whatever. So those you can just like place off the mat completely to show that they've been removed. Let me just draw 7 more cards. Put that back there. Okay, things like effects that stack on top of your hero. I just like to put like in that row too. That could be one drawback to having pets in your row. Like if you play a hunter or a warlock, you'll have pets. So that can be a drawback of keeping them in this row too. So some people just put them up there. That's up to you. I don't think anyone really cares too much if it's just a friendly game. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole entire layout of everything. Now I'll explain some of the cards here. I'll start by explaining the resources, which are these cards down here, which are kind of out of frame. I'll just move it up a bit. I'll put these cards in the graveyard so it's bigger. Okay, so resources. What are resources? I like to think of resources as like money. One resource is like $1 and so forth like that. Pretty much to use any type of card you need to exhaust resources or spend money. So how do you spend a resource? Well, first of all, you have to look at like if you want to summon an ally. You can see that up there's a 3. That means it costs 3 resources. So to spend or exhaust a resource, you just tap it or, give it a little turn. It's called exhausting, not tapping in this particular case. So you would tap 3 resources, and then you could summon an ally that costs 3 resources. Or in the case of, let's say, attacking with a weapon, like this Fell Iron Hatchet, it has a resource cost of 4. So in order to bring out the weapon, you need to spend 4 resources, and then attach it to your hero. Same goes for attacking with that weapon. Some items have, in this case, the weapon's cost is 0, but if it was, say it was 3, to attack with this weapon you would exhaust 3 resources, like so, and then you would exhaust the weapon and do your damage. Heroes can't attack unless they have a weapon equipped, so, although allies can attack at any time as long as you have the resources. Okay, but this is focusing more on resources right now. Different kinds of resources. Okay, any card in the entire game can be a resource. Say you have a hand and inside is a card you don't need, or you don't need as much. Any of these cards could be a resource. You just, during your turn, you can only put down 1 resource. So you take it during your turn and just place it in your resource row face down, and now it's a resource. You can't go back and say turn it over and put it back in your hand ever, so keep in mind that every time you put down a resource, it's gone for good. Okay? Quests. Quests are resources that you play face up. Quests will have a special objective. I've mentioned this before. In order to use the card's effect, pay 1, or actually, sorry, pay 4 to complete this quest, and the reward is draw a card. So, exhaust 4, turn the card over, because it's a face down resource now, and draw your card. That's the effect. A lot of quest cards have different objectives. Well, not different objectives. Basically, it's usually always just pay a resource, but sometimes it has requirements. But the reward can be very different depending on the card, so you need to think about that when you're building a deck, like what effects you want. So that's basically it about resources. There's cards in the game that can destroy your resources, removing them from the game completely or sending them to your graveyard. There's cards that can, well, basically it's just that. You can lose resources is basically the point. You can lose or you can gain or anything depending on what card an opponent uses. So that's it about resources.